Members of Parliament from Western Kenya today snubbed an invite by President Uhuru Kenyatta to discuss the now controversial Kenya-Uganda sugar deal. The MPs who were invited to meet the President at State House, Nairobi at 8 a.m. turned down the offer, saying they did not have details of the deal. The MPs declined to meet the President as CORD leader Raila Odinga told off Uhuru over the President's verbal attack on Wednesday.
So that we can use.
It all started here at State House in Uganda during President Uhuru Kenyatta's 3-day visit. Kenya and Uganda struck a deal to allow Kenya to import sugar from Uganda. In turn, Uganda will import beef and related products from Kenya. It is one deal that has seen President Uhuru Kenyatta and opposition leader Raila Odinga engage in a war of words.
When you say that I went to talk about bringing cheap sugar into Kenya, which cheap sugar? Where do you want us to get our shortfall from? I would rather get it from Uganda than from Brazil.
But it is the refusal by MPs to meet the President that may have given a new twist to the row over sugar imports. MPs from Western Kenya under the Western Kenya Parliamentary Caucus on Wednesday received an invite to meet the President at State House on Thursday morning.
The caucus has resolved to politely decline the invitation.
The MPs say they do not have details of the Kenya-Uganda sugar deal, and the sugar issue is not entirely a Western Kenya affair.
The sugar question goes beyond Western Kenya, stretching to Nyanza and coastal sugar belts. Engagement on this question should be broad enough to incorporate leadership from all these regions.
After snubbing the President's invite, the Western Kenya MPs met with CORD leader Raila Odinga. They maintain the sugar deal will only serve to further cripple an already ailing sugar sector.
The factories are making losses because cheap imported sugar has filled warehouses and flooded the market.
There are so many goods that Uganda produces which we don't produce, which we can import. If it is the issue of balancing trade between Kenya and Uganda, sugar is not one of them.
CORD says Uganda has no surplus sugar to export, and the deal will open doors for sugar from other countries to flood the Kenyan market.
It opens doors for crooked business people and government officials who have the money and connections to import sugar from anywhere, give it a Ugandan label, and dump it here in Kenya.
The National Assembly's majority leader, Aden Duale, has told off the opposition over its criticism of the sugar deal, saying those in the opposition were at one time in government but never offered solutions.
We have allowed the importation of sugar from Uganda. It's making some people have sleepless nights. How come they were running government when sugar was imported from Brazil, from Zimbabwe, from Sudan, Kenana Sugar Factory, from Egypt, from Malawi?
Raila says those in government now were there before.
3/4 of the members of Jubilee government were in the Grand Coalition government. Jubilee did not drop from heaven onto earth. The Minister for Agriculture in the Grand Coalition government was none other than the Deputy President. The Minister for Finance, none other than the President himself. Several of them. The Minister for Mining was a minister in CORD. The Minister for Land, they were the minister in the Grand Coalition government. So Jubilee is very much part of the Grand Coalition government. They cannot just take the successes of the Grand Coalition and then trash everything else, or trying to heap all that I want on Mr. Kibaki and Mr. Raila Odinga. They are very much part of it.
The Kenya-Uganda sugar deal is the latest battlefront between the government and the opposition, and Western Kenya MPs are vying to take the battle to the floor of the House. Rita Tinina, KTN News.